for Ungo Pungo di Dollari, or as it's better known in Australia by its English language title, A Fistful of Dollars, is a 1964 spaghetti western directed by acclaimed Italian filmmaker Sergio Leone. It is an exhilarating and masterfully crafted film that personifies the iconographical themes, values, and key features of the spaghetti western subgenre. But before we can examine how A Fistful of Dollars personifies the iconographical features of the spaghetti western, we first have to establish a contextualized understanding of genre iconography and spaghetti western subgenre. To help explain genre iconography, let's use the scene where Clint Eastwood's character, the man with no name, first rides into town as an example.
This scene is loaded with instantly recognizable genre iconography. But what is genre iconography? According to Grant, iconography in film genre, from iconography to ideology. In genre films, iconography refers to particular objects, archetypal characters, and even specific actors, who provide genres with a visual shorthand for conveying information and meaning succinctly. Therefore, if we use this definition to study the mise-en-scene of this scene, we can easily identify its distinct genre iconography for its use of visual elements such as Clint Eastwood's cowboy costume, the noose prop hanging from a tree, and the dry desert setting with its small Mexican-styled houses. Additionally, we can also identify the scene's audio iconographical genre features such as clopping horses' hooves, chiming church bells, and Ennio Morricone's fantastic score. All of these disparate iconographical elements of the mise-en-scene combine to communicate additional intertextual meaning to genre-literate audiences. Instinctively, because of these iconographical elements, we know that this is a spaghetti western. But not only that, we also know that a lot of people are going to die here, because of the repeated preeminence of iconographic symbols of death during this scene, such as the noose, church bell, and literal dead man that ominously rides past Clint Eastwood's character. A perfect example of how a talented filmmaker such as Sergio Leone can use genre iconography to utilize audiences' intertextual knowledge of genre stereotypes for storytelling purposes.
Now that we can use the tools of genre iconography to identify that A Fistful of Dollars is a spaghetti western, it's important that we understand what marks it as a spaghetti western and why decoding its covert Italianness is important in our understanding of its key features, themes, and values. And for an example, let's look at the film's final scene.
Gringo! Heard you wanted to see me.
The Americana's dead.
Let the old man down.
So what is a spaghetti western? And what iconographical elements do mark this scene as distinctively spaghetti western? The Parkinson and Jeevan's pictorial history of westerns defines spaghettis as violent, amoral, and surrealistic, noisy pastiches of the hallowed American western, shot in Italy's Cinecittà studios and on location in Spain, with a mostly Italian workforce. It's a subgenre characterized by extreme and almost cartoonish use of violence, displaced locations in Spain, differing standards and registers of acting, and generally low production values in sound recording and image quality. And we can readily identify all of these iconographical signifiers in this scene, from the mountainous Spanish countryside behind them to the questionable dubbing of Gian Maria Volonté.
The Americana's dead.
And the cartoonishly silly fight between the man with no name and Ramon. All of these iconographical signifiers tell us that this is a spaghetti western. But why does it matter that A Fistful of Dollars was directed by an Italian? And why is it crucial to our understanding of its key themes and values? Because, to quote Sergio Leone himself, as Italians, we see things differently. That is what I have tried to show in my films. Therefore, understanding and appreciating the Italian, specifically Roman Catholic, cultural influences on A Fistful of Dollars is crucial to understanding its key themes and values. Hence, if we look at A Fistful of Dollars through this perspective, we start to realize that biblical Roman Catholic iconography is everywhere. Cilantro is tortured, whipped, and hung up in the town square like the stigmata, literally paying for the sins of Clint Eastwood's character. Similarly, it's not hard to read into the overt symbolism of Clint Eastwood's character's many reincarnations during this scene. After the townsfolk presume he's deaf, he comes out of a cave reappearing in a cloud of smoke. And although this is ultimately revealed as a clever trick, he then, having been reincarnated, appears to have become immortal as he enacts a divine retribution upon the film's villains. As Frayling writes, Leone makes Eastwood a plausible lower-class hero whose physical redemption is the contemporary correlation of Christ's spiritual redemption. Therefore, appreciating the Italian spaghetti-ness of A Fistful of Dollars helps us better appreciate and understand the key themes and values of A Fistful of Dollars.